Thank you, everyone, for accepting our invitation and being here today at the launch of One Africa event. And I would like to welcome our guests, Haimano Tesfaye from UNISA University, and also Hub of Africa, Mahalit is here. And also I would like to appreciate all of you for dropping everything that you have today and coming here and attending this launch of One Africa. So we'll be having lots of things today, and we'll see the way forward to One Africa event. And well, before we go into the details, I think this has been it's been 2 years since we started working together with Mika, and I would like to appreciate Arts TV for taking the commitment to welcome him, sponsor him, and also pay for his accommodation and transportation and everything, and security details included. I would like to appreciate Daniel from Arts TV and the entire crew of Arts TV. So after that, I think I'm done. And I'll be calling Mika Chavala to the stage, and he'll be coming and giving us a background on Swahili Nation Network and One Africa event. Please welcome Mika to the stage.
Did you introduce Mahalit? Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Man, I'm feeling good. It's so good to see you guys in person. Most of you, we're just seeing each other today for the first time. And I really want to appreciate you for coming. And I want to appreciate, our family on YouTube right there. I know you guys are watching. We're right here. It's such a privilege to be here in Ethiopia and launching One Africa. It's, I don't know what to say. It's a special occasion. And you guys, you can see I look good, I got some African vibes here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to be here. And I really want to appreciate once again for all show up today here. I appreciate my two madams right there, Mahalit and our madam from UNISA as well. I really appreciate for leaving everything you have and coming here. Appreciate One Africa family, yeah, it's just beautiful to see you guys. Just to go right away to tell you guys a little bit of background of Swahili Nation and One Africa. Maybe you guys might be asking, what is Swahili Nation? What is One Africa? I started Swahili Nation pretty much 2 years ago, but the idea, it has been in the making for more than 9 years. And this happened the first time when I moved to South Korea. And after I got there, the first thing I realized is people, they do not really know about Africa. People, they don't know about Africa. The only things that people think they know is through media, through movies, from Hollywood, through NGOs activities. If you go there, like you'll always see they have all these different kind of NGOs promoting their work, how they can support Africa. So the idea of Africa outside of Africa is pretty much negative. And even right now, guys, you can try. You go on Google, you search Africa, you write Africa, or you write your country, you see what will come, right? So after I got there, I was kind of feeling very shy because all the time when I was on the street, walking around here and there, I felt like everybody was looking at me like, oh, this is those guys who they need support, right? You go around the street, you see all this advertisement about Africa, people, kids, they don't have clothes, they don't have shoes. And most of the time I was feeling like they're talking about me, and that's when I realized that I have this heart for Africa. And not only that, when I was leaving Tanzania, going to Korea, I went there as a Tanzanian, to be honest. But the moment I got there, people, they never called me a Tanzanian. They were always calling me African. Oh, African. They would just generalize, right? And I was asking myself then, if people, they see me as an African, they don't care where I'm coming from. They don't even remember. Some of them, they don't even know where is Tanzania, right? Why should I not care about Africa? So, I remember 2 years ago, that's when I really wanted to eradicate this negative mentality about Africa. That's when I started YouTube channel. But before that, we did a lot of work in South Korea. We started some multicultural center in the Embassy of South Korea, right? Embassy of Tanzania in South Korea, teaching people about African culture. I was going to schools, high schools, middle schools, even kindergarten to teach about African culture. Tanzania, sometimes I was Kenyan, teaching about Kenyan, sometimes South African, because I'm African. And later on, I knew that I want to do this, not in that capacity, but I want to do it, in a bigger way. That's when we started Swahili Nation. And the vision of Swahili Nation is very simple. It's One Africa, and that's what we are launching today. That's what we are launching today. And One Africa is the vision. So when you see us talking about One Africa, it's the vision. It's what we want to achieve. That's what we want to achieve. But in order to have One Africa, there's few elements that we need to have. And one of them is like Swahili Nation Network. This is our own media, or like Us TV. This is African media, is the media that kind of like promote African culture and, everything that we have in Africa. And that's why today they're supporting us. And you have language. If you want to be united, if you want to be one, if you want to understand one another, then we must have a common language, a language that we can all understand one another talking. And that's why today we have Ethiopia Swahili community here in Ethiopia. They're doing an amazing job. They'll have some time to talk a little bit. Yeah, and so many other elements. That's how pretty much you began with Swahili Nation, and eventually with One Africa. And today we're here to launch One Africa, pretty much to tell the world that there are things that we want to achieve. And right now I'll share with you guys a little bit of the vision and the mission statement and common values that we have, and few goals. But later on I'll be coming back again to share with you guys a little bit of speech that I prepare. And after that, we'll have a panel that you guys will have a moment to contribute. And how can we contribute to One Africa? So we can have a little moment talking one another, sharing with one another about that. One thing I can say as well, don't be afraid. There's a lot of cameras in the room, and some of you might not like the camera, but forget about this. We just want to keep this because there are people who are watching, and we want the world to see at the end of the day what we are launching here today. So the vision of One Africa, or what we stand for, is towards one Africa of solidarity in peace and love. And the mission statement is to defend the image and heritage of Africa, to decolonize the mind through authentic knowledge, and to create a bridge for oneness and a peaceful Africa. If I'll elaborate that a little bit, to defend the image and heritage of Africa. Africa, you guys know how rich Africa is, right? And our mission, we want to defend what we do have. For a long time, there have been manipulation, there have been exploitation of what Africa we do have. And our mission, we're looking forward to defend that image, to decolonize the mind. And when we're talking about decolonizing our mind, Ethiopia might not understand this, but for those countries that have been colonized, we had our own culture before colonization. We have our own traditions, we have our own norms before colonization. But right now, a lot of things have been messed up, to be honest, right? Sometimes we value other people's culture than our own culture. We don't value what we do have, right? So our mission is to decolonize that. And I know it's not easy, and that's why we need everybody who is in this room today and everybody who is watching that. Guys, it's a big task. It's a big thing, and we need everybody to be involved. And when you're talking about One Africa, our focus is not from top to bottom, but from bottom all the way to the top. We don't want to have One Africa on papers, but we want to have One Africa with one another. We want to organize youth. We want to organize people. We want to come together. We want to visit every single country in Africa to meet with the youth, to meet with the students, to collaborate with one another. And then at the end of the day, I think it will be pretty easy for the organization that we have, because if people are united, then what else are we waiting for? We're going to save people's life, and so many things will happen. Our core values or principles that we stand with is respect, integrity, honest, impartiality, accountability, and uplift.
Win at work by communicating effectively. with Grammarly. Meet Ty. He is emailing a difficult client.
I think we should explore a few solutions.
Grammarly.
The community. And in this, I am very excited to say that for the first time, One Africa, we've been pretty much operating for 1 year right now. Swahili Nation 2 years. But right now, we're looking forward to send kids to school from Burundi. There's like number of 4 kids plus. We're looking to send them to school. And that is such a milestone. Like us as youth, we just came together and we're like, you know what, we want to send these kids to school. Because one day we just saw this one video on YouTube of like, the thumbnail of the video was like 4 kids for sale. And this is just one foreigner who came to Africa. We always have these videos that shows a negative image of Africa. And it shows 4 kids for sale. So ask yourself these questions. For those people who are looking at those videos, those people who, there's a lot of child trafficking right now in the world, even here in Africa. You know, what would they take? What would they take from something like that? That there's 4 kids for sale. What will happen to them? So, you know, as One Africa, we came together and we're like, you know what, we want to save this kids' life. We want to go, we want to take them, we want to bring them to school, and we already found a school. And right now we're just, you know, finding funds so that we may be able to send these kids to school. And that is just one of the examples of uplifting the community. But we have a lot more, you know, to come, a lot of activities and things that we'll be, you know, doing in the near future. And few goals that we do have, I'd love to share with you guys. The first one is changing public misconception about Africa that have long exacerbated bias and stereotypes. Create a multicultural community space where people of Africa descendants and other of various culture and backgrounds could meet and share stories like what we are doing right now, right here. Establish our common humanity to stand against stereotypes and prejudice. Provide business enablement, training to Africans and immigrants. Build a natural bridge between Africans in diaspora and those in Africa. And in this, we always say that Africa is one big family with 55 different children. 55 because we have 54 countries within Africa, and that one country is diaspora. We have a lot of brothers and sisters in Caribbean, in Jamaica, in the US, in all over the world. We have them outside there, and we are not forgetting them. To bridge the cultural gaps between countries in Africa, to support young African business initiatives, and so forth and so on. These are a couple goals that we are looking forward to achieve. But, you know, before I move forward, because later on we'll still have a little bit of speech to share with you guys, and we'll have a panel at the end of this event. I would like to invite, we have 2 speakers that will come here and share a little bit about what they're doing and maybe the idea of One Africa as well. And first one is Ethiopia community, Ethiopia Swahili community. Yes, here. Yes, please. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to a brother there who come to share with us what it stands for.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Karibu. Habari asubuhi.
Ndemna adarachu, ndemna arafadachu.
Sisi ni Ethiopian Swahili Community ama jumuiya ya Kiswahili ya Ethiopia.
Enya Ethiopia Swahili Community ochnan.
Na tungependa tuongee na Ethiopia kwa lugha ya kwao.
ከኢትዮጵያኖች ጋራ በራሳቸው ቋንቋ ለማውራት
hatuwezi tukaongea na Ethiopia kwa kutumia lugha ya Kiingereza.
ከኢትዮጵያኖች ጋራ በእንግሊዘኛ ማውራት አንፈልግም
kwa sababu sio wengi wanaelewa hiyo lugha ya Kiingereza ama lugha nyingine.
ምክንያቱም ብዙዎች አይደሉም እንግሊዘኛ ቋንቋን በደንብ የሚረዱት ወይም ሌላ ቋንቋን።
Kwa hiyo jina langu naitwa Yohani Paulo Imani.
ስሜ Imani Yohana Paulo Balalo.
Mimi ni moja kati ya wanzilishi wa jumuiya ya Kiswahili ya Ethiopia.
እኔ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የኪስዋሂሊን ኮሚኒቲ መስራች
na anayenisaidia kutafsiri anaitwa Twabech Sahle.
የምታስተረጉምላችሁ ደግሞ ተዋበች ሳህሌ ትባላለች
ambaye ni general manager wa Ethiopian Swahili community
እሷ ደግሞ የኢትዮጵያን ስዋሂሊ ኮሚኒቲ ጀነራል ማናጀር ነች
tunashukuru sana kwa kujiunga nasi leo
በጣም ዛሬ ከኛ ጋር ስለመጣችሁና ስለተሰበሰባችሁ በጣም እናመሰግናችኋለን
tunapoongelea Afrika moja
ስለ አንድ አፍሪካ ስናወራ
haiwezekani bila ya lugha
ካለ ቋንቋ አይቻልም
na nafikiri kwamba kila mtu analijua hilo
እንደሚመስለኝ ይሄንን ሁሉም ሰው ያውቃል ወይ ይረዳል
na ndio maana tumeshirikiana na huyu ndugu yangu
በዚህ ምክንያት ነው ከዚህ ከወንድማችን ጋር የተያያዝ ነው
ili tuweze kuleta Afrika pamoja kwa kupitia lugha
አፍሪካንን በቋንቋ አንድ ለማድረግ አብረን እንድንሰራ ጀምረናል
ngoja niwaambie nyinyi wa Ethiopia
ቆይ ለእናንተ ለኢትዮጵያኖች አንድ ነገር ልንገራችሁ
kuna mahali nilisikia kwamba wa Ethiopia ni pana Africa
የሆነ ቦታ ሰምቻለሁ ኢትዮጵያ ፓን አፍሪካ ነች ሲባል
je unaweza kuwa pana Africa bila ya lugha
ካለ ቋንቋ ፓን አፍሪካን መሆን ትችላላችሁ ወይ
kuna mahali nimesikia kwamba mnatafuta muungano wa Afrika
የሆነ ቦታ ደግሞ የአፍሪካን አንድነት ትፈልጋላችሁ
maana yake United States of Africa
ኢትዮጵያ ማን ዩናይትድ ስቴትስ ኦፍ አፍሪካን እንድትሆን ወይም አንድ አፍሪካ እንድትሆን ትፈልጋላችሁ
je unaweza kupata United States of Africa bila lugha
ካለ ቋንቋ አንድ አፍሪካን ማግኘት ትችላላችሁ ወይ
kuna mahali nasikia mnaongelea kuhusu African integration ama ushikamano kwa lugha ya Kiswahili
የሆነ ቦታ ደግሞ አፍሪካ መያያዝ ጅለጅ መያያዝ በተለያየ ነገር የሚባል ነገር ሰምቻለሁ
je hiyo African integration inawezekana
ይሄ ይቻላል ወይ ካለ ቋንቋ ይቻላል ወይ
bila ya lugha
ካለ ቋንቋ ይቻላል ወይ
nimesikia mmetangaza eneo huru la biashara barani Afrika ama kwa lugha ya Kiingereza African Continental Free Trade Area
የሆነ ቦታ የአፍሪካ የስራ ወይም የቢዝነስ ምናምን የሚባል ቦታ እንፈልጋለን ስትሉ ሰምቻለሁ ወይ እሱንስ ለማድረግ ቋንቋ ካለ ቋንቋ ይቻላል ወይ
je unaweza kufanya biashara na watu ambao hamuongee lugha moja
አንድ ቋንቋ ከማታወሩት ሰዎች ጋራ ስራ መስራት ትችላላችሁ ወይ
nyinyi wa Ethiopia nimesikia mnataka kuwa huru ama mahali pengine mnasema the western state keep your hands out of Ethiopian business mmesema kwamba mtaki wa mataifa ya magharibi waingilie katika shughuli zenu
okay የውጪ ዓለማት ሀገሮች በእናንተ ጉዳይ እጃቸው እንዲያስገቡ አንፈልግም ስትሉ ሰምቻለሁ
lakini kweli hiyo inawezekana wakati watoto wenu bado mnawafundisha Kiingereza Kifaransa Kitaliano sasa hivi nimesikia hata Kimandarini mnaingiza
ይሄ ይቻላል ወይ ምክንያቱም ገና እናንተ የምታወሩት የነሱን ቋንቋ ነው እንግሊዘኛን ፈረንሳይኛን ሌላ ቋንቋ ነው የምታወሩትና ያንን እነሱን አንፈልግም ብላችሁ ትችላላችሁ ወይ
sikiliza nikwambie wewe Ethiopia ambaye umekaa hapa leo
እዚህ የተቀመጣችሁ ኢትዮጵያኖች አንድ ነገር ልነግራችሁ ፈልጋለሁ
kama swala la lugha moja barani Afrika halijapatiwa ugunduzi muungano wa Afrika hauwezekani
ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በቋንቋ አፍሪካ ውስጥ በቋንቋ አንድ እንድንሆን ካላደረግን በስተቀር ይሄን ሁሉ ነገር ማግኘት አንችልም
najua inawezekana kama unafikira kwamba ukienda Angola utaongea nao kwa Kiingereza
ለምሳሌ አንጎላ ከሄዳችሁ በእንግሊዘኛ ማውራት ልታወሩ ትችላላችሁ
hiyo haiwezekani
አይቻልም
hata wazazi wenu nyinyi ama babu zenu mimi naamini kwamba siwezi kuongea nao kwa Kiingereza
ሌላው ቀርቶ የእናንተን አባቶችና አያቶቻችሁን እንኳን በእንግሊዘኛ ማውራት አልችልም
kwa hiyo tunaomba wa Ethiopia na serikali ya hapa Ethiopia
ስለዚህ ኢትዮጵያኖችንና የኢትዮጵያን መንግስት አንድ ነገር እንለምናለን
jambo moja tu
አንድ ነገር ብቻ
wapitishe sheria ya kufundisha Kiswahili kuanzia shule za msingi hadi chuo
የኢትዮጵያን መንግስትና የኢትዮጵያን ህዝብ አንድ ነገር እንለምናለን እሱም ከአንደኛ ደረጃ ጀምሮ እስከ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ድረስ Kiswahili ቋንቋን እንድናስተምር እንዲያልፈልን ነው
kama kweli tunapanga kuungana kesho lazima hilo lishughulikiwe sasa hivi
አንድ ለመሆን ወደፊት ከአፍሪካን አንድ ለማድረግና አንድ ለመሆን እንፈልግ ከሆነ ይሄ ነገር አሁን ማለፍና ይሄ ነገር መፈቀድ አለበት
Lakini pia kama unahitaji kujifunza Kiswahili tunafundisha Kiswahili hapa Ethiopia.
በዛውም ደግሞ ለነገራችሁ መፈልገው ነገር ኪስዋሂሊ መማር የምትፈልጉ ከሆነ እኛ ኪስዋሂሊ አዲስ አበባ ውስጥ ያስተማረን ነው ጀመረናል።
Tafuta tunaweza kuwafundisha.
ፈልጉንና እናስተምራችኋለን።
Na kwa kumaliza
የጨረስኩኝ ነው።
Ningependa nimshukuru Bwana Swahili Nation.
Swahili Nationን በጣም ለማመስገን እፈልጋለሁ።
Kwa sababu amefanya kazi kubwa sana ya kusimamia lugha ya Kiswahili hapa barani Afrika lakini pia na kule Korea alipokuwa.
ስለ አፍሪካ ቋንቋ በጣም ብዙ ዋጋ ከፍሏል። እዚህ አፍሪካ ውስጥም ወይም ደግሞ ደቡብ ኮሪያ በነበረበትም ጊዜ ብዙ ስለ Kiswahili ቋንቋ ብዙ ነገር ለፍቷል፣ ብዙ ነገሮችን መስርቷል።
Kwa sababu yake sasa hivi ubalozi wa Tanzania Korea Kusini wanafundisha Kiswahili na wana watu wengi sana ambao wanajua Kiswahili kutoka Korea Kusini.
በሱ ምክንያት እሱ ደቡብ ኮሪያ በነበረበት ሰዓት ስለመሰረተ አሁን የታንዛኒያ ኤምባሲ ደቡብ ኮሪያ የሚገኘው የታንዛኒያ ኤምባሲ እዛው ብዙዎችን ኮሪያኖችን Kiswahili እያስተማሩ ነው።
Lakini pia wale mnaomfuata kwa YouTube
እና ደግሞ ሌሎቻችሁ በዩቲዩብ እሱን የምትከታተሉት
kabla ya kufanya music reaction kuwa anafundisha Kiswahili hata neno moja maneno mawili hivi.
የሚውዚክ ሪአክሽኑን በዩቲዩብ ከማስተላለፉ በፊት ሁሉ ጊዜ አንድ ወይም ሁለት ቋንቋ Kiswahili ያስተምራል።
Kwa hiyo sisi kama wadau ama watetezi wa Kiswahili ni lazima tuwakumbuke watu wa namna hiyo.
እኛ የኪስዋሂሊ ታጋዮች እንደመሆናችን እንደዚህ አይነት ሰዎችን ማክበርና ማመስገን አለብን።
Na kwa sababu hiyo tungependa tumkaribishe hapa
በዚህ ምክንያት ነው ወደዚህ ጋበዝነው
ili tumpatie kitambulisho ama cheti cha kumshukuru.
ሰርቲፊኬት ወይም ደግሞ የምስጋና ሰርቲፊኬት እንደምናከብረው ለማሳየት ልንሰጠው ፈልገናል።
Karibu ndugu yangu. Hii ni cheti kutoka Ethiopian Swahili Community.
ይሄ ሰርቲፊኬት የተዘጋጀለት ከኢትዮጵያን ስዋሂሊ ኮሚኒቲ ነው
ambayo inatambulika na Baraza la Taifa la Kiswahili la Tanzania.
ይሄ ሰርቲፊኬት ደግሞ የኪስዋሂሊ ዋና መሰረት ያለበት ታንዛኒያ ውስጥ የታወቀ ነው።
Lakini pia inatambulika na Chuo Kikuu cha Dar es Salaam Tanzania.
እና ዳር es Salaam የሚገኘው የትልቁ የታንዛኒያ ዩኒቨርሲቲም ያውቀዋል
kwamba sisi tunafanya shughuli za kujihusisha na lugha ya Kiswahili.
ይሄንን ነገር ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ስለ ኪስዋሂሊ እንደምንሰራ እነሱም ያውቁናል እሱም ይታወቃል።
Endelea na uko mbeleni labda utakuja kuwa shujaa wa Kiswahili.
በዚሁ ቀጥል ወደፊት የስዋሂሊ ጀግና ትሆናለህ።
Asante.
እናመሰግናለን።
Asante nimemaliza.
Okay.
Appreciate. Thank you so much. Asante sana. Amasaganalo. Kamsahamnida. Next, I would love to welcome Madam from UNISA. Hi, Manod. Please, a round of applause to her as well. She'll introduce herself, who she is and what she does, and whatever that she has. Welcome.
Thank you, Mika. Thanks for having me. I'm here today just to say a little bit about UNISA Ethiopia Alumni Association. But just before starting that, I would like to say a few things about the University of South Africa or UNISA. Okay, the University of South Africa in Ethiopia got established due to the collaboration of the university with the government of Ethiopia back in 2007. It's now more than 10 years. And it managed to graduate more than 700 students during these years. And most of the graduates are doctoral graduates from different fields of studies. And they are serving different level positions in the government, non-government institutions, and having their own business, consulting firms, and so on and so on. And we also find them in different in government ministry offices. And the rest, we have master's graduates, bachelors, and honors. So the whole idea of the University of South Africa Ethiopia Alumni Association is to be able to bring together these graduates to give back to their university and their community as a whole. So our main idea is to be able to contribute to the community, especially by identifying the human capital development needs of Ethiopia. So what we do is we have now legally established back in 2020, and we have alumni members, currently more than 200. And we prepare different events, that is alumni networking events. We come together, we give or make available different trainings and workshops for all alumni members and also for the business community. And we really want to have a longer vision to change, especially we are focusing these days on the mindset of the people of Ethiopia, you know. And we really encourage people like a person like Mika. We really have a common vision because we are also working for One Africa. The thing is, the strategy that we are using is we use the alumni networks, you know. The University of South Africa has different alumni chapters across Africa, and mostly in the sub-Saharan African countries, like starting from Kenya. We have alumni chapter in Kenya. Here I am the alumni chapter for Ethiopia. We have in Mozambique, in Botswana, Zambia, South Africa, and locally in South Africa in different provinces, closely like 10 provinces. So what I came up with is the Ethiopian alumni chapter is the first one to be established in Africa. And we want to be a role model for all other chapters where we will be able to share different ideas, where we'll be able to have conferences in different regions. We would like also to bring the research works of the graduates to be presented to the wide audiences, so it can be really impactful and someone else can use out of it. So we really want to make an impact on the communities either in Ethiopia and across the sub-Saharan African countries. So recently, the South African University is very much encouraged with the movements that we're making. We are also trying to reinforce their own alumni directorate office, which is found in Pretoria, to work jointly together with us and also partner with different partners or supporting like-minded institutions to be working with us.
First, I'd like to appreciate what you all are doing, starting this movement of One Africa. My question is, while supporting each other in this project, how much are we focused on sharing our cultures in both sides of ways? Like, as Mika said, he's teaching us Swahilian. So how much are we doing as an Ethiopian to teach other countries about Ethiopia? And what's the level that you guys are standing on right now?
Okay, when we talk about collaboration, firstly, we want to make a clear understanding by what we mean collaboration. Collaboration is about appreciating your own culture and be able to appreciate others as well. And the whole idea behind establishing the alumni association is for Africa to be an open-minded and be able to see what's going on around us. You know, the digital world is transforming fast, and at the same time, when we talk about One Africa, it's not about forgetting our own culture and being one. We should be able to learn from each other. You know, I have the same experience like Mika. You know, in 2018, I got a chance to attend to a workshop, that's alumni chapter workshop, was held in Pretoria. And I had a chance to meet up with all other chapters from the countries that I mentioned before in the sub-Saharan country.
Usually, I never get used to read a speech, but for today, I'm gonna read a little speech that we wrote. And this will give you a full picture of what we stand for, where we are, and where we are going. It is indeed an auspicious occasion, a great honor and privilege to be here with you today to launch and celebrate a nations of union, One Africa. Swahili Nation One Africa is a global initiative founded to unite Africa, explore the abundant opportunities of growth that exist throughout the continent, harmonize ideas, and best steps to harness these for the benefit of both the young and old generations. To date, Africa remains a continent blessed with numerous resources, yet it is still the poorest in the world. There are numerous internal and external factors that causes this dissonance. The World Bank estimates that by the year 2050, sub-Saharan countries will be home to more than 1 billion people, half of whom will be under 25 years. This demographic stands the best chance at transforming the continent. The most dangerous poverty of all is mind poverty. Colonizers paralyzed Africa decades ago using the education system. The imperialists to date use the divide and rule principle. Africans have for decades been turned against each other. The family unity in Africa, which served a pivotal as a building block of human behavior and society at large, where formative values and respect and responsibility were instilled by parents, all the social order is now disintegrating. Should we sit back and continue complaining while cursing the neo-colonialists? My people, eradicating mind poverty in Africa starts by acknowledging our history, being aware of the present, building on the future, and learning from our mistakes. My people perished and being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Knowledge remains the biggest challenge we face as Africans. Even with little knowledge we possess, partly our minds have been brainwashed and misinformed. The divide and rule approach of the colonialists remain prevalent even in the current times. Africa, we have allowed ourselves to be divided along with tribes, religion, skin color, clans, ethnicity, amongst others. One Africa, we declare our diversity is our strength. We embrace unity in diversity. Generations behind us are silently pleading for direction. The time is now to reconcile with ourselves, neighbors, and the whole continent. It will be a long road to healing, but in solidarity, we break away from the chains of division and walk the path to freedom. As we forge through this era of technological revolution, Africa should concurrently embrace transformative global trends, especially targeting our education policies. We should create tech corners and replicate across the continent to acquaint professionals in Africa with different trends on education and technology aimed at connecting them with the rest of the world. Unity, peace, and love run a resounding aloe. These three can only come through initiative that promote equality of opportunity. Africa is the world's youngest continent with 60% of its population under the age of 25 years. Africa is an envy of the globe, accounting for 19% of the globe youth population. Let us tap into the readily available labor force of the young men and women and detract them from joining extremism. Free them from taking risk journeys across Mediterranean Sea and from appalling conditions and inhuman treatment some experience in the Gulf region. We need to harness the potential of our young people. World Bank estimate that 40% of youth who join extremism are motivated by economic inequality. The exodus of our youth and other professionals through legal or illegal immigration should be a concern for all of us. Our social fabric is being broken, yet human capital is in abundance in Africa. Africans, we have the power to reverse the brain drain into skills gain. I envision an Africa where everyone gets quality education and accessible health service, where no one will be scared to show their ethnicity, religion, or belief, where everyone can traverse freely without being scared of their safety, where everyone is respected for just being a human, where love and peace are our resources for being. Giving is cherished. Sacrificing and service for the benefit of others are honored, where integrity, honesty, hard work, and results-based leadership are the core motivation for all people, especially those who lead us. One Africa needs more than just talent and passion. We need a rich network of like-minded people, dedicated professionals, experts in various fields, and vast ideas on moving forward to bring about change and prosperity to our beautiful continent, Mother Africa. For a long time, Western media and other foreign nations have manipulated and distorted the truth about Africa for their own gain. No one else can defend Africa but Africans. No one else can support or change this continent, Africa, but Africans. Africa is our home. Africa is our heritage. Africa is our pride. Africa is for Africans. That's why you claps, guys. Thank you, thank you. Collapse the borders. We, the African youth, are ready and energized to build our continent into prosperity. We have the ability to solve our own challenges without external interference and manipulation. We are advancing to reach all Africans across the planet through conversation for a better Africa. We are on a mission to defend the image and heritage of Africa, to decolonize the mind through authentic knowledge, and create a bridge for oneness and peaceful Africa. The core essence of our unity is towards a one Africa of solidarity and peace and love. Knowledge is power. Our people need to be empowered through genuine knowledge based on our values, customs, beliefs, and Africa before colonization. Let us join hands and share in the vision of our humanity, the vision for a one Africa. With all humility, I pledge today that one Africa will unite and build Africa and its people despite of our differences, because our diversity is the key pillar of our unity. I sincerely thank and welcome you abroad to go with me in this journey. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I think you all are motivated, and thank you, Mika, for an amazing speech. And I think now we're going to proceed to a panel discussion that we will have all of you to be involved in here. And the panel discussion will include on the way forward of One Africa, the ways forward that we need to, the foundations that we need to lay on the ground to make One Africa a reality. It's been a discouraging journey for many Africans to think about Pan-Africanism or African unity. It was unthinkable. And some say like, it was just talks. You know, like we were talking about it. Many people, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and other Pan-Africanists were motivated. And I remember I read a book of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Africa Must Unite. He said Africa must unite. So, and also Professor Lumumba, if you've heard of him, I think he was saying, if Africa doesn't unite, in 25 years' time, Africa will be recolonized. That's the fact. Because now we can see clearly what people want out of Africa. It's not the people. They're not interested in our safety, in our security, or in our health, or in our knowledge. They're only interested what the land possesses. That's the resources underground. And they tend to forget that the education system that was created will enlighten the youth of Africa one day and bring about change to Africa. So I think with this said, I would like to go and proceed with the discussion, and we'll like to involve all of you and give suggestions, comments, and also the way forward, maybe from the perspective that we haven't seen it. So I would like all of you to be involved in this, and we'll continue to the panel discussion.
Exactly. Actually, if you guys have been joining us on live YouTube, this is what we have been doing all the time, right? Having conversation with everybody, but we always wanted and dreamed to have a conversation like this face to face. And even before we begin, I would like to say this, that we are to blame. Before we begin to blame anyone out there, we are to blame as Africans, because we are the one that we allow what is happening in Africa to continue to happen. But we have a say. And we have an opportunity today to stop that. And one of the ways to stop that is for us coming together, because unity is power. You know, what you have, if you share what you have, Ebenezer, with me, and I share with you what I do have, we're going to be unstoppable. I believe that with everything I got in my heart. Maybe for a long time it didn't happen. And one of the questions that I get all the time, people, they're saying that, so what's the difference of One Africa and African Union? Because you guys, you pretty much talk the same thing. And we always tell them this, that we are in a business of building a new system. We want to build a new system from the bottom up. Because, appreciate that. Because we don't want to leave our people behind. When you're talking about, our organization is basically focusing on just normal, ordinary people, ordinary folk like me. You guys, you didn't know me before. This is the first time you know me because you see me today. But it's just normal people who love Africa. And I don't even call myself Pan-Africanist, but I call myself just African who loves Africa. Because people, they have different ideas of Pan-Africanism and all these labels. So I don't like labels. If you want to label me as an African. And all of you guys in this room, you guys are African. You love Africa. And you have seen what has been going on in Africa. And one of the solutions that we have is to unite, is to come together. We don't need even to write on papers that we want. No, I need to see you as my brother. I need to care for you. I need to see you beyond your ethnicity, beyond your color, beyond your country. I need to see you as a human, as African. I need to connect with you. The first thing that comes to my mind when I see you, you're an African. You're an African. I don't need to know anything else. As long as you're an African, you're a human being, man, I love you, you know? And, and that's kind of mentality we need to our people. Because all these borders that we have, all these things, they can take a long time, you know, bureaucracy and all these things. We don't care about that. The only thing we care about in Africa is us to be united, us to be connected, because we have more in common than we think. We have a lot more in common. And so in this panel discussion, guys, we're basically looking for solutions. You guys have ideas. You guys have questions. And we're here, but we're not the only one who are going to answer your questions or whatever ideas, but we can all participate because we are together in this. And even our structure in One Africa is horizontal because there's no like a CEO, founder, and this is secretary. We don't have that thing. It's horizontal because we all depend on one another. And that's, you know, what we're going to do here today. Ebenezer, Dr. Ebenezer?
Yes, I think we need to, I mean, we always discuss on StreamYard, maybe you have seen us arguing and, you know, rubbing up ideas. So that's what we need here today. Like, you might have opinions about, it could be negative, it could be positive. And the good thing is we have to take all in, you know, like you don't leave anyone behind. Because someone has seen it from different perspective, and we need that opinion. Maybe you saw it from a perspective that me and Mika or One Africa team members didn't see. So we need all the opinions we can get so that we can move forward. We don't, I always say like it's a year of action. I don't want to talk about One Africa for the next coming 2-3 years. I want One Africa to happen, to start happening, just the way that we did. Like Mika coming here, and then we're here today. Like I never thought I would be here today, to be honest. A year ago, I never thought I would be here. But I met Mika online, and then we started talking. And it was only the two of us who were going live stream. Now, to be honest, he doesn't even have time for me, because there are lots of African members, diaspora groups, joining the live stream and discussing and conversing with us, ideas, even from Caribbean, different people are joining in how to change the image of Africa. So we need those kind of ideas from you, and you are Africa, you are the future of Africa. So we need your hands in here.
Did you mention the topic already?
Yeah, the way forward for a one and united Africa.
That's beautiful. And also, I want to take a moment to appreciate the art CEO. He's back there.
Danny,
I appreciate so
thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's been an honor.
This is the man behind everything that we are doing here and my stay here in Ethiopia. So I want to appreciate you. Salute. I love that man.
Could you clap your hands for him?
Please. And of course, I want to appreciate the that brand. I forget is Enku Design for for making me look good today. I appreciate it so much. All right, guys. So anyone who wants to begin, please, you can go. And talking about this year, 2022, in One Africa, we call a year of action. So our core value is love, peace, and unity for Africa, right? So we believe what we are trying to act is love in action, peace in action, and unity in action. We don't just want to talk about love or show love, but we want to become love, And another policy that we have for this year that we have to be brutally honest with each other. We don't want to be honest with one another because there's a lot of hidden stuff, we don't want to bring, on the table. But if you watch your live stream, sometimes, as he said, sometimes we argue because we want to be honest with one another with what we are going through and how can we get out of that. So anyone in the room who want to go first for this? Let's begin with you, Ebenezer, shortly, because I know you love speaking. What is the way forward? What is in your mind?
For me, I think, I don't know if we have followers. We have followers here, so they know what I think. I think I talk about education most of the time. And the short way is I've been also conversing with CEO of Arts TV, and I like the idea of African Renaissance TV, right? So it's an African Renaissance TV that we're actually being here. So this is the second birth of Africa. So for that, we need to be equipped with education, knowledge. And so far, like you said, we've been given the image of bad picture. We can start from the color black, actually. So like just the idea of black is wrong. And I've been saying this a lot the last days. Even yesterday we were talking about it. Ethiopia is not colonized, has never been colonized. But if we're brutally honest about it, now we are colonized with the ideas, not with the people coming here with weapons and guns, but with ideas we're colonized. Because once we started talking about Africa and African unity, we were conversing with Mika and Big E, Kuru Ethiopia on the live stream. We started discussing things, and finally I noticed something that wasn't actually Ethiopian. And it was the first time that I actually opened my eyes and observed. Ethiopians, netela, or the thing that we wear for funerals, is a cultural cloth. So netela has its own, it's a kind of cultural clothes like this, but it's made a bit thinner. So
I hope this is not funeral clothes.
No. So we wear that on different occasions, but the occasions define, like, for example, if it's a wedding, there's a way of dressing it. And if it's a funeral, there is a way of dressing it, like wearing it on. Like, I think they put the design down when it's funeral, and the telet goes up when it's wedding. So I note that's a white color, and we didn't have a color issue. But recently, I observed that people are wearing black scarves for funerals. So the indoctrination of the black is bad, the devil is black, and all those things is coming after Africa gained its independence. Like, all African countries gained their independence because of Ethiopia's fight on Adwa, and the Italian defeat resulted in the idea of Africa being independent. Many states were liberated, like 33 states at once were liberated from colonial states. And now we're taking the color black and pitching it as bad, actually. So, like, knowledge that we capture, the education system that we bring, it's all brought from somewhere. Like, I studied veterinary medicine, and when we asked our dean, he said we brought it from the United States, the curriculum. We didn't have our own curriculum. We didn't develop as an African. We didn't learn from Kenya. We didn't learn from Uganda. We just brought it from somewhere who has grown. And it doesn't even match up. It doesn't even fit in Ethiopian context. So like, I think we need to work on education. And the second thing that we need to work is on media. People like, medias like Arts TV need to come up. Swahili Nation Network need to come up into Africa and show what Africa is. I think that's where we need to start. The way forward for Africa and for African unity is education and media. That's what I believe.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You know, let them think about black colors, whatever it is. But us, as Africans, we know black is excellence, right? That's what we know. And that's why we have to tell every African out there that you're excellent and you should be proud of your skin, you know? Yeah. Anyone else, guys? It's an open discussion. Anyone else want to contribute, want to say anything? You're all welcome. But it's very important also to say that, guys, we are not anti-West. Our organization and what we stand for, we're not anti-West. We're not here to say that, hey, hate on that country, hate on, no. We believe in humanity. We believe in Africans. We're not anti-West. Our mission is to help our people to see what we do have, to remember Africa before colonization. And most of us, we don't know. To be honest, even me, I don't know. I need to go back. But it's to remind each other, to know who we really are. So we're not preaching about hatred towards anyone. That's not what we talk about. We're talking about love, peace, and unity for Africa. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mika, and congratulations on your launch and how amazing that you're doing it in Ethiopia. Thank you for that, honestly. I just wanted to introduce myself quickly because I do have to take off. Mahalit Taklamariam. I'm founder and organizer, like you said, Hub of Africa Fashion Week, which started back in 2010. And the whole idea behind the fashion is to connect the continent through fashion. So we've been trying to do that with, you know, through fashion, music. I think those type of creative activities does connect us. So I just wanted to mention that we've been doing that, and we've had many, many designers that have showcased their brands on our stage and have connected with other Ethiopian designers and have stayed connected, and not just designers, but other models would become friends. And so making that connection any way we can from whether it's through fashion, music, you name it. So I just wanted to say that, and I just wanted to congratulate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mickey, for coming to Ethiopia. I'm very happy to see you. As I told you, I only see you on YouTube.
Thank you so much.
So I'm very glad, by the way, to be here today. And I will start by just greetings. Salam Nachu. I'm Jambo.
Jambo.
So how is everybody doing? The first my name is Rod. Sorry, I'm very sorry for being rude. My name is Rod Gatkor. I'm a member of the Ethiopian Swahili community, and I am an advocate. I would say an advocate of Swahili. We're trying to introduce Swahili to be a common language in Africa. As for now, 26 countries are speaking Swahili language in Africa. If you don't know, some of you might not know, but 26 countries actually are speaking Swahili. And we're trying to we're trying to improvise this language to be an African language, to bring community into people. So as an Ethiopian, you can go to Kenya, you will speak in Swahili. You come back to Ethiopia, you can speak in Amharic, no problem. But we're just trying to bring some just unique, yeah, it's called unique. So I won't discuss a lot, and I won't talk a lot on some points that have already been stated by Mickey's presentation or speech. He has stated a lot. I want to talk on them, but he has already stated on the history of Africa, knowing who's an African or who was an African before being colonized. I wanted to talk that, but before that, it has already been stated. I will focus on one point only. I'm focusing on our leaders. I won't go into elsewhere. I only focus on our leaders. I know knowledge is power. With knowledge, you can do anything. With knowledge, you can. Educated people, I think most of educated people are the one getting the jobs. An illiterate person is hard for him to get a job, yeah? This is a colonized mind. So a skill is better than education. I know that. Because I know most of millionaires are dropouts. So those are facts, but I won't go deep into those. My only focus is on our leaders. Who are our leaders? And what is their part? What is their role on African or being one Africa? I love my leader. I love Dr. Abiy so much. I love his actions. I love his speech. He's like a role model to me. He's trying to bring African as a unity. He's bringing unity to Africa. And I saw them with President Uhuru Kenyatta from Kenya and the other leaders, the way they are handling themselves during the African summit. It was very nice. If you could have seen it online, you will be proud as an African. You have some leaders who are representing us. So, and also I'm happy for the Meskel Ababai. They put the flags of all Africans just to make Ethiopians. These are knowledge they're giving Ethiopians without them knowing. These are Africa's flags. And all of them, these are countries you can step foot. You can step foot on. You can go and say, I'm African. Nobody can touch you. This is my color. For me, I won't brag. I am original African. I won't brag. I won't brag. We have some brothers here. So with my color, I have some history. I have little history. I can survive in Egypt. Most of you Ethiopians, from our knowledge of history, Ethiopia meaning it's a burnt skin. It's a burnt skin. This is what they called us Ethiopia before it was we call it we have emperors, yeah? Yeah, we had emperors, so we had kings. It was like a kingdom. So the people of Ethiopia were called burnt skin. Indian Ocean was called Ethiopia Ocean. So these are some historian. I'm not an historian. So we will go to our leaders. With our leaders now, what I know from my base of knowledge, you can deny me. If you know any knowledge on that, you are free to deny. You say, Rot, you are lying. Stop lying to us. So I'm talking about the depths of countries. Our leaders. When a leader, I live in East Africa, some countries. I've gone to South Sudan, I've gone to Uganda, I've gone to maybe Kenya is where I live most of my life, but I'm Ethiopian. So from the changes and from their type of system of governments, and these are some, even they are more developed countries than most of African countries. Leave alone Benin, leave alone Gabon, Minam, just leave them. But just go specifically to East African countries, they are developed countries. And with those, I have problem with debt. We are having China, I'm being truthful, I'm not lying. China is investing in Africa right now, if you're trying to see. It is really investing. It's communism, yeah? I won't deny, they are helping us. We are developing, infrastructure is getting high. Ethiopia, we are developing. But how? And how does those development, how are the NGOs coming into African, while we have our own African Union who can do that part? That's one question I'm asking our leaders. The other thing, on the depth, how can another country proclaim other countries' property? It's really hard. It's really hard to understand. For example, the example is on Kampala's airport. Yeah, I think that went viral on YouTube. YouTubers, you might know that. The one that China tried to claim the airport to be theirs if they didn't pay the debt. What was that?
They say it was wrong information, according to what they said.
Yeah, oh, you have some, yeah?
Yeah, it said they didn't really claim. They say it was just a fake news.
Just, yeah. Only they have other propaganda on Mombasa port. I think all of us, we might know that one on Mombasa port. So they try to claim that one also. I'm not going directly into China, no. I'm not influencing China only. These are examples I'm giving out. You can deny me, okay? We have Congo. Congo is the richest, let me tell you the truth, the richest country in the world that has resources. Congo River, the river itself, we can provide a hydraulic dam. It can bring electricity, as we have our own here, Rinston Dam. But these are resources that we have in our own African countries that we are not exploiting. The others are exploiting for us. And then later on, we have debt to pay. So my question is going to countries owning other countries' debts. So this is where African is being neutralized, is being brought down. They're colonizing us in another kind of way. This is what Professor Lumumba tried to say. He's not saying by force, no. He's trying to say by this type of means. So these are the means they're using. So I want us to be truthful, yeah? And I want us to talk briefly on this. We should ask our leaders, what are their plans? They have, yes, they have the summit, they have the power, but what are their plans on dealing with these debts, on bringing Africa into countries were colonized, but what are their plans on finishing the debts for countries to be free? We help each other. If Somalia is in problem, Ethiopia can interfere as an African country, it can help out.
Yeah.
We don't need an NGO. We have the resources. This is the question I'm basically focused on. So I hope you guys will help me. And that was my question. Thank you very much.
That's a beautiful question you raised. I think it's one of the things that we always, talk about, like our discussions. It's always about that, and that's why we go back to the same thing, One Africa. Because to be honest, no one can stand alone, no one. And what is costing us as Africans? We are not cooperating and supporting one another. We are not. Like I would trust someone else outside of Africa than my own neighbor. And we'll always go back to historical background, what we did in the past, this and that happened. And that's why our message is this, because we do believe that today, Ethiopia, they have the largest dam in Africa that can produce electricity, not just for Ethiopia, but for other countries in Africa. So imagine if we are one, what would that mean to the rest of Africa? That means we are not going to be in the dark anymore. We'll have electricity, and having electricity, having industry, produce more, manufacture things more. You go to Tanzania, we are blessed. We have Tanzanite. You cannot find anywhere but Tanzania. You go to Congo, you're speaking about Congo. You go to South Africa, you go to Somalia. Man, like Africa is blessed, but we need to cooperate one another. We need to stand with one another. We are not instead we are competing against each other. I love what Uhuru Kenyatta said when he went to South Africa and he met with the president of South Africa. They have a plan to form this one airline, Kenyan airline and South African airline as Pan-Africanist airline. And he said that, the problem is we compete with one another. So everybody is looking for something out there like, okay, I need to collaborate with maybe the US or China or to do that. Instead of cooperating with one another, we have everything. In Africa, we have everything. We have mindset. We have everything. And when it comes to collaborate with Chinese or US, honestly, this is my stand, my personal stand. I always share this with my people that there need to be 50-50 equal partnerships. The problem that we have right now, the partnerships that we have, you see, it's like 12% your country. And then the other percent, them. But all the resources, everything comes from your country. And when you go to those organizations in our country, when you go to top leadership, like the CEO, vice CEO, or whatever, the top leadership, you will not find African there. You find it somewhere down there. So they don't have any say in making decisions. All decisions they make, just some other people from outside. So these are kind of things that our leader in Africa we should work on. When we have all these treaties or all this agreement, we have to make sure that it's for our people. We have to make sure that it's 50-50. We have to make sure that our people are there as well on top of the leadership to make decisions. But we don't make decisions. And Thomas Sankara said, whoever feeds you controls you. Because honestly, when they come as if I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you. But that's not the truth. I always talk about 3 lies that we believe for so long. And I'll tell you guys 3 lies. The first lie, this is my belief, my personal belief. You might not agree with me, that's fine. The first lie, we know that, they always say that there's first world country, second world countries, and third world countries. What is third world countries? It's Africa. So you have a lot of young Africans who wants to run away from Africa because it's third world country. It sounds bad. Like you sound inferior, like you sound like you're somewhere there. So I want to go to the first world country. But to be honest, guys, we have only one world. Maybe soon, Elon Musk will go to Mars and we'll have 2 different worlds. But we have the same world. We're all living in the same world. These are kind of things that they should not make us feel like we are lesser than anyone else because we are living in the same world. The second lie, they say that There's developed country and developing country. Let me tell you this. If they are developed country, then why they always focus on exploiting what we do have in Africa to develop themselves? If developed, that means you got yourself figured out. You're a developed country. Why coming and take what we do have to develop yourself? Yes, I know they might have different concepts, but in my knowledge, we are all developing countries. Every single one of countries in the world, they're finding an opportunity to take advantage of each other and to develop themselves. And that's how it is. So if we feel like, oh, we are developing, oh, they're developed, they got themselves figured out. No, we are all developing and we're trying to make out in life. We have to see each other like that. And the last lie, which is there, is that the world supports Africa. So you're talking about debt, loans, AIDS, all those kind of supports. But, you know, I have data. I read like every single year, Africa is losing more than 50 US billion all the way to 100 billion US dollars every single year, Africa. But you know what we receive in loan is less than 50 US billion every single year. So that means you get like 1,000 shillings in Tanzania, and then you lose like 200,000 shillings. It's crazy amount of money that Africa is losing every single year. The truth is Africa sustains the world. And I'm using the word sustains because sustain, it means strengthening mentally and physically. That's what Africa does. The resources of Africa, it support everybody out there. But it's the time for the resources we have and everything we have to support our own people, to develop ourselves, to make sure that we are getting out of this whatever war situation we have right now, to develop ourselves. And of course, it can develop the rest of the world too, because we're human, we are Africans, we love everybody, but it's not the time to be taken advantage of. It's the time for us to be awake, to understand what we do have, to cooperate with one another. That's the only thing we want. I see you as a human, you see me as human. 50-50, that's the only thing we want. We're not preaching anti-West or whatever, no, or anti-East, no. We want that for our people. And the only thing for us to do that is to come together, because unity is strength, and it's a threat to the rest of the world. Our forefathers have been trying to fight for that for so long, and you'll see what is happening all the time. And we're fighting for that today. I don't know what will happen to us, Ebenezer, your face is here. But all in all is we're trying to see our people together and to get out of this situation that we have right now. I'm talking too much, guys. Yes, please. Where's the mic for our brother there?
Thank you. Primarily, I have two questions that I want to forward for you. Before that, I would like to say something on the topic. Recently, after the Organization of African Union officially accepted Swahili language as working language, additional working language. This is a big thing and a big moment continentally. And beyond that, Addis Ababa University is also on the stage to teach Swahili language by degree level. This is a big thing, and personally, I appreciate the Swahili community here in Ethiopia, and I would like to extend my personal appreciation for Imani Yohani, who is working tirelessly for creating such kind of things, and I like his effort. So Imani, I like your effort, and keep it up. For me, having regional media organization is the best thing. Imagine we Africans, let's say, let me pick one example. United Nations Security Council is a big concern for us. Prime Minister Abiy also mentioned this point on the AU session, and Africa deserves that. A continent with 1.4 billion people never don't have a voice and sit there in United Nations Security Council. That's why all pressures are they want to impose as they want any kind of sanctions or embargoes over Africa. That's a big problem. So this is also, for me, this is the lack of one continental media which represents Africa to express African stories. So having continental media is a basic thing for me. Beyond that, common understanding is also important. Common understanding between leaders, even, for example, today, on what happened in between Ukraine and Russia. Africa is divided into two. Some condemns Russia and some want to remain just silent. That's good thing. I don't know. That depends on their national interest. But as Africans, we have to just stand. We have to have one position. That's my opinion. But common language is necessary, like Swahili. I was asking Yohani when he was my guest. He said that Swahili is the basic thing. What we prefer Swahili to bring continental or regional language is it is non-ethnic based language. That's good thing. So languages is necessary to create common understanding, to share our experience and to tell our stories. So having one language bring us to communicate on one way and to have common understanding. So such kind of things are important. For example, a big initiative like African Free Trade Continental Free Trade Area is a good thing for creating economical integration and social interaction and also political stability in Africa. But also, this is a big concern for me. For example, conflicts are appearing and occurring in all parts of Africa, here and there. So in what way we can just make realize the economic sustainability and even this continental project make realize in such kind of situations. So my question, let's come to my question, how Africa can solve its own problems by ourselves. For example, let's pick the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam project. It is a giant development project, and it's become a big international agenda. Even Washington take as an agenda to negotiate this, 3 countries, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Egypt. So how do you see that? For example, in somehow Africans are the enemies for some Africans, in some extent, Africans are enemies for Africans. We're witnessing that. So, for example, Egypt usually wants to knocking the door of United Nations Security Council because Egypt wants to trust it on that way. So, how can we build our confidence on our continental by ourselves, by our continental organization like Africa Union? How can we build such kind of trusts? And secondly, how this moment, One Africa moment, could realize and impact things? Sometimes most of such kind of big initiatives are short-lived. What will lead forward One Africa? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm replying on behalf of Mika because I'm one of the One Africa member. I would like to answer your first question as brief as possible. The first thing that I always say on One Africa meetings is we need to control the economy. As long as the economy is on the other hand and we're just babbling words and then that's it. We can scream as we can, as big as loud as we can, but as long as we don't control our economy. That's what Mika was trying to say earlier, like the resources are there. Also, the human resources is there. It's not about that. It's about facing the reality. No one is willing in Africa. I think that's what we need to work on. The people need to really be interested to work Africa from bottom up. We don't need to go to the other countries which are comfortable, which have a system. We always discuss about this in One Africa, and I think Tunaija will be the best person to answer this question. But we believe as a One Africa team that controlling the economy of Africa as one Africa, a united Africa, and having a strong built together military, like the African Union military. Like there is a UN military which everyone mobilizes from their own states, and then we don't have anything. When you compare to the population and the military in Ethiopia, there is nothing. Nigeria and Ethiopia, Nigeria and the population of Nigeria, the military is very low. And those things keep us vulnerable, because as long as you leave your door open to theft, you just leave it open. If you lock it well, if your guard is safe, if you have a guard, if you have dogs in your compound, these make you feel safer, a little bit safer, because you're controlling your economy, your household, by protecting it. As long as we don't protect the resources that are going out of Africa, and I think there's a huge gap, and that's why I always focus on the education, because it's individualist principle that we're following. We want to grow alone. Let alone, I've heard many people say, just take care of yourself. Don't worry about the rest of the world. You know, like just change yourself first. So we became individualist instead of socialist. We're not communal people now. We're more focused on individuals. So I think your first question is, how do we interfere, like avoid these interferences from all over the world, thinking that they're helping Africa? Is that we need to control African economy. We need to have an economic-based relationship first, then control the economy, add a value. Like Mika said, 50-50%. We shouldn't let investors come here and take 75 and we keep 25 because we're poor. We have to be willing to work from bottom up, I think. So that's what I believe in. So in the way forward, this is what we want. We want Africans that are living everywhere with their different skills, because currently we have many members in One Africa, and some of them are from Caribbean, programmers, website developers, and all those things. We have them here too. We have all over the world, we have Africans working on some economic development, but they're not doing it for Africa. They're not even doing it for themselves. They're just focused on growing some other country. So if we can bring the human resources plus, and if we can mobilize on how to use the resources that we have at hand, I think that's how we can control the influence. The control becomes the economy. If you control the economy, you control the decision that anyone who feeds you controls you, right? That's it. If somebody's feeding you, if you're living under your parents' house, then you're under their rules and regulations. So if you have your own house, you can develop the rules and regulations that someone can live under that household. So yeah, we have to work towards an Africa independent from everyone. We're not hate group. We're a group that want Africa to be developed so that when we leave, it might be now or it might be 20 years from now, but when we leave, there's a better tomorrow for the generation to come, for someone to take over. So I think that's controlling the economy, then you control the decisions that are made. So if we have the money, the manpower, and the resources well mobilized and organized and used properly, then we can control the decisions anyone is making. We deserve to have a veto power even, but we don't have that decision-making ability because they think we're poor. So money is not just cash, not. It's the resources that we have that we haven't used yet. So I think by doing so, we can control the interference that's coming from outside on Africa. I think I answered your question.
Yes, please. Asa back there.
Thank you very much. I think you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes. It's great to have Mika here. I was nearly afraid that the Koreans will keep him, especially the Korean girls. But I thank God I thank God that they released you, you know. So you are up and running in Africa. That's good to have you. My name is Pastor Gosai Genna. I am a missionary an Ethiopian missionary in South Africa. That's very uncommon, actually. I was so excited when I see that the young people are coming together, you know, to talk about the unity of Africa. And that's very close to my heart. And I think our previous generation, our fathers, they tried their best to set the stage, you know, because it was a long process of dividing us and putting border around us, you know, starting from slavery, then colony, then apartheid, then now post-colonial, whatever is happening now. So really, as Africans, we went through a lot. And now there is a generation rising up to turn that around. And I thank God to, you know, to see young men like Mika. That's why I said thank God that they released him from Korea, you know. He was nearly, he was nearly kept there. So I just want to mention about my experience in South Africa as an Ethiopian. As you know, there is a big community of Ethiopians living in South Africa. I think maybe somewhere between 300,000, they say, maybe not unofficial. You know, 200, 300,000 Ethiopians are living in South Africa, but they really going through the worst persecution that anybody can have anywhere else. And sometimes you wonder, am I in Africa or somewhere else, you know? I don't know if you heard of the word xenophobia, right? So the xenophobic attack, because I work very closely with my fellow Ethiopians and also with South Africans to help people, you know, to find out, of course, to have a place where they can worship and, you know, assisting them in socially and spiritually in a different way. So I'm very close to the community. I am there to hug and I'm there to comfort people. So I know I have the first hand information on what's happening with the xenophobic attack. And honestly, South Africans are very good people. They are very good people. They are not as bad as the media is trying to portray. They are very good people. They are accepting. That's why everybody is flocking to South Africa. But there is a mindset that, you know, this is our territory and you guys are coming from, you know, another part of Africa. And the prime target of xenophobic attack are Africans from different parts of Africa. Zimbabweans, Ethiopians, Mozambicans, Tanzanians, Kenyans. So not other, you know, not people from other part of the world, but this is the Africans. So that tells you that we Africans, we don't know each other. You know, they often ask me, where am I from? You know, in South Africa, that's a very often I'm asked, where am I from? And then I always tell them, guess where I am from. You know where they're guessing most of the time? They guess, oh, are you from India? Oh, you must be Pakistani. I said, no, I never see any Indian in my life. I'm an Ethiopian. So they don't know how Ethiopians looks like. You know, our light complexion, they immediately associate us with the Asians or, you know, somewhere from out of Africa. So that simply tells you that. Can you imagine how offended I am as an Ethiopian, very proud African? We are the founders of, you know, 1963. We are the founders of OAU, Haile Selassie, our history, our Adua, and all that. I go with all my pride as an African, and somebody's asking me, where are you from? Can you imagine that? So the first few days, the first few times, I was really offended. But as I get used to it, I said, okay, so there is a problem. The problem is we don't know each other. We don't know each other. Ethiopians, we don't know South Africans. We don't know Zimbabweans. We don't know Tanzanians. Tanzanians and South Africans, we do not know the rest of Africa. That's how the whole system is designed, so that we don't know each other. If we know each other, we're going to hold a hand, we're going to unite, we're going to sing together, we're going to live together, and then we're going to be powerful. So that's it. There's a block, you know, those 54 or 55 fences, blocks that are keeping us from knowing from knowing each other. So I think you guys are doing a great job. It's a good beginning. Swahili Nation, or even Arts TV, and more TVs, more radios, you know, Pan-African medias, tourism, you know, we have to help the young people to travel from one African country to another. Mika, how long it took you to come here? I was
Took me like almost 2 years.
Yes, so it doesn't have to be, and then it's the most expensive place to travel is Africa. From traveling from one corner of Africa to another is more expensive than from traveling from this side to Europe or anywhere else. It's very expensive. So we are not traveling, we are not knowing. I don't know how many people know injera. You know, Ethiopians are very good ambassadors of our culture. If you come to Johannesburg or Cape Town, you see a lot of Ethiopian restaurants, but most of the time it's actually people from Europe who come and experience that, not people from South Africa. So we have to really close that gap, and this is a very good initiative. I'm just here to appreciate and just to encourage you guys and to pray for you to succeed. God bless you. Thank you.
Amen. Appreciate that. That's an amazing point right there. Yeah, guys, we have to know one another. Even myself, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about Ethiopia. 2 years ago, I found this one song, Ethiopian song online, and I was like, let me do reaction for this because I've never seen anybody reacting on Ethiopian music and I didn't know anything about it. And after doing reaction, I was like, dang, this is such a good music. And from that point forward, the rest is history. Up to this point, I began to learn, I got friends, and I know a lot of things right now about Ethiopia. The same thing to other parts of Africa. So the more you know, I mean, the more you love and you understand one another. That's the best thing we can do to know one another. Yes?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mika. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for coming and for organizing this. Yes, I've been following you for a long time, and I'm very glad you're here and everything you're doing. And yes, from the start, you started with the reaction videos, and then slowly you got into politics and starting all of the trying to, I don't know why you were very keen on representing or like presenting Ethiopia and Ethiopian culture. That was very joyful to watch. And then you went much more into politics and much wider into Africa. And I just wanted to tell you that it's very, very important what you're doing. It's very enlightening. Just to give people voices, young African voices, to let them heard. I mean, there was this one, one show you did online on YouTube where you just had like Somali people tell their story, and there was so much information I never would have gotten from the normal news channels and like CNN or Al Jazeera or whatever. They never show like the real information. Just some so-called specialists who knows about Africa sitting in Europe, and they tell us about Africa. But from that show you did, I got so much information. It was so enlightening, and from then on, I see you, or your Swahili network as a news channel to get so much information. Like and when the coup in Mali was, and now the disruption, my first thought was, where's Mika? When is he bringing somebody on from Mali to explain it to me, so I can understand it like from the bottom? So I just want to encourage you to keep that doing. It's very, very important, I believe, for thousands of people throughout Africa and more. And and just some other comments I would like to say. I mean, what you have been saying, I support it also, and I hope you achieve all your goals. And I could talk a lot about politics as well. So for example, I mean just last week, I think it was the EU African Summit, And I don't know what's going to come from that. And from our leaders, as our brother said, like what they are planning to do, and I think that at the moment it's more like everybody is like just reaching their hands out for a handout from Europe. I think it's like 150 billion that they are going to invest or spend in Africa now, and like now every African country is like trying to get as much of that money as possible. When but of course all of that money is going to be tied to conditions that they want to see implemented in Africa. And so I would advocate for the Eritrean model. Whatever money you send is not going to be tied to anything, and we can spend it as much. If you don't like it, well, you can keep your money or something like that, you know. Yes. Yeah, and also like about the borders in Africa. Well, I think I mean it's very it was very tough to accept these borders, but it was the right decision. And like every border is like dividing the people in Africa. Yeah, the ethnic groups and so on, just to please the colonizers. But now I believe we can see that as a win, as a positive, because I mean, if you're moving to a borderless world, just having your own ethnic group on the other side of the border makes it like so much easier to accept them and to unite with them. So by what was first the division can now be a catalyst to unite us. Not like in Europe, where I mean, there's like every ethnic group has their own borders, so it's much more difficult for them to unite based on that. So I think even the borders in Africa can be a gain in the future. So that's what I wanted to say, and I wish you all the best. Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll be saying this, that it's very important, as I say, as One Africa, our main focus is people. I believe people are the one that can call shots. Like we are calling shots now. Like in Africa, if you're a leader of a country, you're supposed to work for your people. Like we vote for you, right? We are the one who hired you. You're not the boss, but we the boss. We hired you to work for us. We talk a lot of time about servant leadership, that it's a way that you understand that I'm here to work for the people. My service is for the people. And for this, I think I have a message for everybody across Africa, that we need to be very careful not to be used by politics or politicians. Just like what we are talking about right now, we're talking about loans, we're talking about AIDS, and it makes it really difficult to make decision on your own because someone else is giving you and deciding for you what to do. Which we have seen other African leaders using that for their own advantage. For example, you can take, if I can mention the name, you can take an example of Paul Kagame. I was watching one day, he was talking about, that, for us, we accept loans. You bring your loans, we accept, but we are going to assign where we want it to work. Like you cannot give us loan and say that I want you to do A, B, C, D. No, you're giving us loan. We have our priority. We have things that we want to do, and that's how we're going to use it. And today you go to Rwanda there, man, that country is shining. I haven't been there, but I want to go there. But you can see the improvement and the changing in that country, how it's developing. So for us people, what we're focusing on One Africa, we're here actually to support our governments. We're not working against government. We're here to support our governments, to organize people from the bottom up, go all the way to the top, so that for them it will be easy to make decisions at the end of the day. If you want to sign papers for us to be one, then we are going to unite people. Us as youth, we are not going to wait and see, like waiting for leaders to make decision. No, we are making decision. We're going to organize one another, meet one another, make sure that we become one. We are one, and not forgetting about our past, about everything that we have. No, but just understanding that we have a lot of things in common and love one another. Because if you look at the statistics, I think in Africa, we lose a lot of people because of civil wars that are going on inside of Africa. And we cannot blame anybody but us. We are to blame. So for us, if we do this and we achieve this, then it will be easy for them to make decisions. It's what we're doing is kind of like it's kind of like we're paying taxi to the government to help them to do work because they need that, money for work. That's what we are trying to do. And I just hope, Africa will be awake as soon as possible. And me, I believe I will see one Africa in my generation. I'm not going to leave this earth until I see one Africa. I believe I'm going to see it. I'm going to go every street, every city of this continent. We're going to go because we want Africa. You guys, again, we're going to go together and make sure that we deliver this message everywhere, in universities, in schools, online, to make sure that everybody understands what we stand for. Anyone? I would love to have a lady, I'll come to you, but yeah, we'd love to have yes. And guys, we are moving towards the end. We're gonna be closing very soon because we want to respect the time as well.
Yes, Mika, I would like to make it very short. In the first place, I'm really grateful. Seeing what Mika does is an affirmation that any ordinary person can make an impact. It's about believing in ourselves. And we just can't keep on pointing our fingers on our leaders or the system and so on and so on. We just have to first look into ourselves and what we can do together as a team. Because I believe that there's a big potential within us. Mika is a perfect example for this. And this is one thing, what we can do, we need to question ourselves, like, what is my unique contribution in the current situation of the world and our continent, Africa? That's one thing. And in the second place, when Mika come to appreciate, like Ethiopia as its own country, it gives us an equal message that we have to go beyond our own borders, and it raised our curiosity to know more about Tanzania, his upbringing, his family, where is this understanding came from. So he is really delivering his responsibilities. And I mean, we have also a responsibility to give back, to support his efforts, and to appreciate and understand all his motives. And thirdly, as a people, yeah, we can have a team, but at the end of the day, we need to make the voices, the efforts, reach out to a government or ministerial level, higher level people. I hope in the next meetings, this is just the launching, but several people from different sectors, government, non-government, civil societies will join this effort, and so that the development will be much faster. Thank you so much, Mika, for all the things you do. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, thank you. My name is Imani. I would love to ask Mr. Mika, pick back to what the lady in the back she just said about Tanzania, because when I'm here in Ethiopia and I tell people I speak Swahili, they automatically say, you must be from Kenya. And this is one thing always people tell me. So if I need to say that I'm from Kenya, maybe I would not have to say anything. I'll just say I speak Swahili. So I want him to talk to us about, a little bit in short, about Tanzania, for those who don't know where is Tanzania, and also talk about his Swahili a little bit. I know you guys, you know he speaks Swahili too, right? So Karibu, welcome.
Asante sana. Let me talk in perspective of Swahili. You know, the reason why we want our Swahili to be a common language in Africa because of the history of Swahili. Swahili is the combination of so many different languages out there, including local languages. And there's so many words in Swahili that you guys have in Amharic. I found a word here, faraz, you know. Faraz is faraz in Swahili, which we have. And even if you go to Nigeria, different language, I mean, they have a lot of different words that we have in Swahili as well. But why Swahili? Because in Tanzania, if you guys don't know, we have more than 121 different tribes. That means 121 different ethnic groups and different languages. I believe in Ethiopia you have 86 different tribes, right? So that's so many tribes, right? But one thing that the Mwalimu Nyerere did to change that, you know, from the very start, Julius Kambarage Nyerere, he's also he used to be a Pan-Africanist. What he did, he wanted to unite everybody because he knew that Tanzania is going to struggle a lot when it comes to ethnicity because of all these different languages that everybody has. He didn't want Tanzanians to learn English, so he was against English language, even though he spoke English. But he wanted to have something that everybody can connect with one another, can unite everybody, and that it was Swahili. So right now, if you go to Tanzania, a lot of Tanzanians, they speak 3 languages. Their local language, and Swahili language, and English for those who went to school, and for those who have been exposed to other culture like me, I can speak Korean as well. So Swahili language is not belonging to any ethnic group in Tanzania, but it's a language that we're used to unite the people of Tanzania. And so you can, Kenya as well, you have a lot of people speaking Swahili right there and other parts of Africa. And that's why if you are coming from Tanzania, if you've been in Tanzania, you will understand and you will know that nobody talks about tribes there. I mean, we talk, but it's not an issue because people, they speak the same language. They see each other as same people. And one thing that I want to say back in the days they did really well is sending students to different regions. So if I'm coming from the northern side, you know, in high school, I'll go to southern side. And when you go to that school, you find like everybody from every corner of Tanzania. You are in the same class and you have everybody. Like you have 121 different tribes in the same class. You guys are studying together, learning together through Swahili and English. You don't have a time to promote your own tribe because nobody cares about it. And it has been a long way, right? And looking at this picture, me as a Tanzanian, coming from Tanzania, and looking at how Africa, my brothers and sisters, how other countries are struggling with that, it pains me. And that's why it's my mission to unite Africa, because I know what it means to have a peace. I know what it means to have understanding about where you're coming from and where I'm coming from. I know how it means to have that. And I know it's possible because it happened where I'm coming from. And when I see this, I'm like, you know, there's something to be done. And me and Mr. Imani here, we can be advocate for that. And you guys as well. I welcome you guys, Tanzania. Actually, one of the plan. This is beautiful. Thank you for the question. One of the plan this year, our dream is to climb Kilimanjaro mountain. That's our dream as One Africa. So anyone who, if you ever wanted to climb that mountain, we're going to climb that mountain. Right now we are thinking about June because it's the best time to climb the mountain with everybody around the world who wants to climb with us as One Africa Swahili Nation. We're going to climb all the way to the top. Okay, don't worry if you're not fit, you have 3 months to prepare, all right? All the way to the top, and we're going to put One Africa banner at the top of Uhuru Peak if they allow us, because we want to declare that that's the highest peak in Africa. Stand there and declare and proclaim that we want to see One Africa. So everybody from everywhere, diasporas, we're inviting them to come with us. And man, you alone, it's going to be difficult. But imagine if you're like 50 people climbing together. They usually take 6 days to go all the way to the top and coming back. We have 50 people. I'm ready even to take 2 weeks together. No man is going to be left behind. We are going together all the way to the top to look the beautiful scenery of Africa. And I want to invite you guys as well to come. So Tanzania is a beautiful country. It's an amazing country. And And as well, it played a big role in independence in Africa. Supported a lot of movements. For example, the country Mozambique, right? They had their own first political party called Frelimo. Their headquarters, it was in Tanzania. That's where they started. And that's where the first leader was assassinated, in Tanzania. He supported South Africa. You guys, you know, Mandela came here to Ethiopia. He also came to Tanzania, and he was given a papers to be there. That's why right now, Tanzanians, we can go to South Africa without a visa. We don't need a visa. I can just go right now, shop, and be like home, right? And that's what we need for the entire continent of Africa. And I think that's what I can say about Tanzania. There's a lot more, but maybe you can add something before we close. But I'm here to promote One Africa, guys. And I always say I am African, but I love Tanzania and Ethiopia and all other countries.
Yeah, I think that let me talk a little bit about Tanzania. And Tanzania is possibly one of the, one of the, like the countries in Africa is a successful, peaceful country and united. And number two, we have two African heroes from Tanzania. One was Nyerere. If you guys are Pan-African, you definitely know Nyerere. The best of the leaders I have ever seen in my life is Nyerere. One, he was honestly, and he wanted to unite Africa on his way, and they did not want. For instance, Nyerere, he asked the president of Kenya, Kenyatta, Jomo Kenyatta, the first president, can we unite Tanzania? That time was Tanganyika and Kenya. And Kenyatta said no. And then he asked Milton Obote of Uganda, can we unite Uganda and Tanzania? And he said no. He went to Zanzibar. He asked the president of Zanzibar, can we unite Tanzania? That time was Tanganyika and Zanzibar. And he said yes. So today we have United Republic of Tanzania, which is the only country in Africa that is united in Africa. We've been talking about the unity of Africa through African Union and so on. We are actually getting dividing every day. We only have one single country in Africa that is two countries together. If you guys do not know, Tanzania is not one country, it's two countries together. Tanganyika and Zanzibar give both to Tanzania or United Republic of Tanzania. So the number two hero we have there is Magufuli. You guys, I don't think a lot of Ethiopians knows about Magufuli. He just died less than 1 year now. He was president for 5 years, but he changed the image of Africa economically and understanding how people understand Africa. In less than 5 years, he became president and he changed Tanzania to be poor country to middle class country, even now. So you cannot mention what Magufuli has done. If you are a lot of YouTubers, you can search that on YouTube. You're gonna see that. And the understanding of Africa, Magufuli, if you look most of our leaders in Africa, except Gaddafi, you will see they have the country map. Magufuli always have African map on his dress to show that he's African. So he was a pure Pan-African. So that is one of the things I can talk about when it comes to if you're interested in Tanzania. But also don't forget, Tanzania is the best country if you want to go to tourism. If you guys want to enjoy anything have to do with tourism, I think it's the best one. So pretty much Tanzania is a lot of the things as Ethiopia it is. There is a lot of things here. Me, I live here, so I have discovered a lot of things. But again, in Tanzania, it is a little difficult to find the injera. Sorry. Thank you so much, guys.
Appreciate. Thank you so much. Guys, a round of applause to him, you know. It's my country we're talking about. Your country too. Well, guys, I think I'll give a chance to one last person because we're running out of time. If there's anyone who was like, you know, I really need to say this, like something in your heart and you want to get it out, you know, just shortly, I would like to give you that opportunity. But after this, all of us are going to come take picture together right here, you know, next to this banner. But also we have the banner outside there where we can take picture and connect. and also stay connected with what we are doing, Swahili Nation. We have a page on Facebook and on YouTube as well, Swahili Nation, and Twitter as well. But Twitter, somebody already stole Swahili Nation, so you need to write one Swahili Nation. And on Instagram, official Swahili Nation. Right now, we're working on the website for One Africa, where you guys will be connected there as well. So please go and stay connected with us. We have more than 2,000 different videos on YouTube. We are trying to upload every single day, talk every day. So please, you can go and support, you can share, you can like, you can comment. And we are pretty much doing live stream every single day at 9 p.m. This day has been a little bit hard because I've been very busy right now here on the ground to do what we do, what we have been doing online to do right here. And hopefully, soon we want to go to universities, we want to go to schools, we want to go to different places here in Ethiopia to talk to youth. That's my plan. I was supposed to leave today, actually. Like today is 25th, like 26th, no, yesterday. Like my flight ticket was for yesterday to go back home, but I decided to extend my time. There's something about this place that when you come, you don't want to leave. This is Africa. I'm talking about Africa, guys. So I'm planning to extend my time. Hopefully, I can stay here for another month and being able to do that. So since you guys are here, we can partner any way you guys you want. And if you have anything that you want to share with us, we have One Africa official at gmail.com. You guys, you can email us there and stay close to our pages as well. Is there anyone? Oh, you spoke already. Is there anyone who didn't say anything, first of all? And I'll appreciate if we'll have a lady, because I think all the guys have been talking a lot. And we are not only two of us, guys. One Africa, Swahili Nation. It's a lot of people out there. And the good thing about us, we have people everywhere, in every single country in this world, right? They're everywhere. So it's even hard to track us down because we are everywhere. Even if I'm gone today, the mission will continue because we have people from everywhere. And yeah, some of them you cannot even see their face. They're invisible. Nothing? Oh, my goodness. All right. Okay, then I'll give you a chance, my brother, for 1 minute. And then we'll be closing our session and get a picture together. Please, would love to have this picture. This is the launch of One Africa movement. So we'd love to have this picture, guys, after this. So please don't run away.
Okay, thank you for this event. Representing my country, I would like to appreciate what you are doing. And as you said, all around the place, having a crew like you is amazing. So I would like to wrap it up by the knowledge that I acquired from a lecture that was held in America, the USA, on Black History Month. How many of us know the word where Africa came from? Do you know personally?
Oh, I actually showed the video about that before, but there's a lot of conspiracy theory about that name.
Conspiracy?
Like here and there. But.
Okay, so I will not continue on that. But as you said, One Africa is the most valuable thing to see everywhere as our home. And I accept the challenge to climb Kilimanjaro with you.
Come on, somebody. Yeah. I'm going to take your number because, yes, we're going to do it. That's amazing.
For sure.
Anybody else is accepting the challenge? Because I'll give you my personal number. And, oh, we are going to do it, brother. I appreciate so much. I appreciate so much.
Okay, thank you for this event.
Okay.
For those who may have a problem with a passport, maybe to go to Tanzania, Ethiopian Swahili community, we are partner with the Embassy of Tanzania in Addis Ababa, and also the University of Dar es Salaam, and the Tanzania National Swahili Council. So we will not have a problem to be able to have a passport or no visa to go to Tanzania. We will make that very easier. So if you want to go to the mountain Kilimanjaro, please come to us. We will facilitate that for you. Thank you.
That's amazing. Come on, look at that. You are coming for this. Yeah, guys, we're going to get some pictures. And let me just finish by saying that My tribe is Africa. My tribe is one Africa. Whatever tribe you have, it's Africa. And that's how we can unite each other. Appreciate, guys. Thank you so much.